Speaker Johnson, Leader Jeffries, Leader Schumer, Leader McConnell, members of the Cabinet, honored guests, and most of all, to our Gold Star families of the 13 fallen. Thank you for being here. We are honored by your presence. I'm U.S. Senator Steve Daines of Montana. I'm a husband, a father of 4, now a grandfather of 6. I'm also the son of a U.S. Marine. When I was being raised, my father taught me the motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, always faithful. He also taught me the values of service and sacrifice to our great country. And I can tell you the values that my Marine Corps dad instilled in me were my motivation to honor the memories of those who served. And these values are what inspired me to introduce the legislation awarding Congress's highest honor to the 13 brave service members who sacrificed for our country on August 26th, 2021 at Abbey Gate. I remember that day well. It was a beautiful summer day in Montana. My wife and I were in my pickup. We were traveling across the western part of our state, headed to an event, when the news broke on the radio. My immediate response was to call my dad. My father's 85, my mom's 82, and they both live in Montana. So I called my dad's cell phone. And my dad is a tough Marine, but he didn't pick up the phone. My mom picked it up. And I said, "Mom, have you heard the news, what happened in Afghanistan?" And my mom says, "We heard it. Your dad's heard it." I said, "Can I talk to Dad?" And she said, "He can't talk right now. He can't talk right now." To the families here today, the loved ones who lost at Abbey Gate represent the values of service and sacrifice to a cause bigger than themselves. I know that each one of you played an important role in instilling those values in your sons and your daughters. And for that reason, they represent the best of our country. And because of the important role that you played in their lives, you represent those values too. And therefore, each one of you represent the best of our country as well. As we stand here today, it is impossible for me to understand the pain and the depth of your loss. I've never had to go through what you are going through. But I do know when pain runs so deep, words are often inadequate. And with that in mind, I will speak to the rest of the audience here today, my fellow members of Congress, others who are guests, and those who may be watching. It was their duty to serve. It is our duty to remember. In proclaiming the first Memorial Day in 1868, General John Logan wrote, and I quote, "Let us raise above them the dear old flag they saved. Let us in solemn presence renew our pledge to aid and assist those whom they have left among us. A sacred charge upon the nation's gratitude, the soldiers and sailors, widow and orphan." It is our duty to remember the service, the sacrifice, and the faithfulness of the 13 brave men and women who fell that day, but it is also our duty to remember their loved ones as well. Because in remembering and honoring the memory of the fallen, we provide their families comfort. And today is an important step on that journey. The 13 who fell will join such distinguished heroes as George Washington, Winston Churchill, Harry Truman, and Ronald Reagan in receiving the Congressional Gold Medal. On behalf of a grateful nation, we thank your sons and daughters for their service. And we thank you for the values and character you instilled in them to give them the last full measure of devotion. It led them into harm's way for the cause of freedom and for the country they loved. There is no higher calling. There is no greater service. There is no greater sacrifice. Thank you for being here today, and may God bless and comfort our 13 Gold Star families.